Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back. Remember this guy? So hopefully you will all remember this guitar kit. This is the SG kit from Solo Music Gear. If you want one, check out the link in the description, Solo Music Gear. And this is the one that I did in a contest with Big D Guitars. Great job to him, of course, to Derek, where we built these things and finished them using exclusively stuff from Home Depot and or Walmart. So, and no power tools, mind you, except for the soldering iron. So hopefully everybody remembers this guy. We are going to be auctioning this off for charity, as we talked about. This one for mine is going to a children's hospital. I believe Derek's was used to raise funds for veterans. It's been a while. I should have auctioned it already, but as soon as I said I was going to do that, as soon as they found out I was going to do that, the guys down at Gun Street Wiring Shop insisted on sending me an upgrade for it. The kit is built with the stock components at the moment, exclusively stock. If you watch the series, you've heard how it sounds. It actually sounds good. It works well, doesn't buzz, no problems. I'm really happy with it. But these guys, I said I was doing something good for a charity and they wanted to get in on it. So here we go. We now have some upgraded electrical components that I'm going to be installing, which is good for many reasons. First of all, these guys actually know how to do electronics, so this is going to work probably way better than what I did. Upgraded capacitors and everything, way better system, much cleaner. Yeah, should sound better, will definitely be higher quality components, they'll last longer. Overall, a pretty solid upgrade. I like to get Gun Street stuff for pretty much all of my guitars if I can, and I've already installed them in I think 3 or 4. So with more to come, in fact, several more to come. Anyway, if you're looking for something from them, their link will be in the description as well. What we're going to do today is take this guitar back apart, not the whole thing, just the back. We're going to take out the electronics, actually trim down some of the wires because I left a whole bunch in there in case whoever got this guitar wanted to do their own thing, wanted to add some wiring upgrades and stuff, but it's a plate of spaghetti in there right now. I'm going to get rid of some of that and clean it up because this is a substantial upgrade and it allows you the flexibility to add stuff if you want. But for now, yeah, this is a solid upgrade. So we're going to clean that up, get this installed, and then we've got a very special video with a special guest next week that also involves this guitar. And then it'll be time for anybody who wants it to go ahead and bid. But that announcement is coming up soon. For now, let's get to work getting this thing installed. One of the nicest things about this wiring harness is how incredibly easy it is to install. It's actually easier than doing the original kit electronics, which are so easy that even I can do them. So what we're doing here is we're just taking the stuff off of the front. We're getting, of course, the knobs undone. We're taking the nuts off of the potentiometers so that we can pull all of this out the back of the guitar. Very straightforward stuff. If it screws on, you have to unscrew it so that you can take this thing back apart. So I'm getting that done first to make sure that when I flip this over, I can just pull the back plate off and then pull everything out. On an SG in particular, everything comes right through the face, through the top of the guitar. There's no output jack out the end or the edge or anything like that. So it's very easy. We got to take off the back plate, which on this one is a very snug fit. And then I'm not using this harness that's in here anymore. I'm not using the pots or anything like that. So instead of unsoldering it, I'm just going to go ahead and cut it all. I cut very close to where it's soldered so I don't lose a whole bunch of wire, because all I need out of this, when all's said and done here, are the wires coming from the pickups and the one wire coming from the bridge being our ground wire. So we've got our black ground wire, and in this one we've got a red wire for the bridge pickup and a yellow for the neck, although they're not always the same. Now this wiring harness is basically installed on this piece of cardboard, and you can see exactly how it goes in, just the way it's set up there. So you just unscrew it from the piece of cardboard, and then you install it in the guitar the same way. Now this thing uses very high quality components, and the shafts on these ones are often bigger than what comes with the stock kits. The pots themselves are substantially bigger, and the shafts are a little bigger as well. So carefully drill them out. If you know that you're going to be installing one of these kits right off the bat, I highly recommend that you drill out the holes before you do your finishing work. It removes a lot of the stress and reduces the chances of you ruining your finish. But I was careful, went in through the back, or out through the back, I guess, And yeah, no problems. Managed to drill everything out without any issues there. So now I'm going in with a little bit of 400 grit sandpaper and just scuffing the back of the pots, because I do need to put a pool of solder on the 2 volume pots. Just the volume pots, because those are the only ones that I actually need to solder to with this setup. And scuffing them allows the solder to stick better. If you don't do that, you may find that you have some significant difficulty getting the solder to actually solder onto the back there. I'm using, well, a little surgical tool, which is kind of weird, to be able to tin my wires here. Make sure you tin your wires beforehand. I don't have a helping hand in my garage. I've got one at the shop, but that doesn't do me any good here. So this is the closest thing I had. So I tin the wires, and then I go ahead and put in my little solder pool on the back of each of the pots once I've tinned the wires that are going to them. It's the ground wire. So the bare wire in these pickups, or in some cases it'll be the black or the green one. Usually the bare one though, with these 2 conductor ones. So the bare wire is going to get soldered right to the back of the pot, and then the hot wire will be soldered to the lug. There is a wiring diagram, a little diagram that comes with these kits. So these, upgrade wiring harnesses show you how they're put together. And then they also show you exactly where you need to solder on your wires. Makes things very easy. So easy, even a Brad could do it. And by a Brad, I mean me, because there are probably a lot of Brads out there who actually know how to solder. I really do need to try and learn this stuff properly one of these days. Also, make sure that you are soldering your ground wire from the bridge to the back of one of those pots. So you can just twist that in with one of your bare wires if you want. And that'll all be set, and then you solder your hots to the lugs like I'm doing right now. Piece of cake. Now all that's left to do is put this back plate back in place, and of course put the knobs back on the pots that are already bolted back where they belong. And that is it. Once you've got it screwed back in place the way that it came on the cardboard, you are good to go. They do generally come with 2 nuts to act as washers, so if you've got a very thin guitar top and you're bolting it in, you can use those as spacers, and then you'll be able to adjust the height of them appropriately so your knobs aren't sitting super far off the face of the guitar. So here's what it looks like now. Plot twist, it looks, well, the same essentially, but we've got those better capacitors and everything, so we are going to see some difference in tone. I'm not going to demo the guitar in this video because you guys have already heard me play it. It sounds very similar, and I'm not very good, like I say every time, but at least you get another view of the crazy spray can paint job that I did on this. Don't forget to check out that video if you haven't seen it. All right, guys, that is it. Upgrade complete, all installed, looking good. Pretty excited about that. Some high quality components in there. So once again, a massive thank you to Gun Street Guitars, Gun Street Wiring Shop, for supplying that upgrade kit. Very excited about that. It's going to be awesome. And a huge thank you to Solo Music Gear for supplying the kit itself. Pretty happy with it. If you are looking to pick up any of this stuff and to make one of these kits yourself, check out the links in the description to solomusicgear.com for the kit, and to Gun Street Wiring Shop for the for the wiring kit. You can build this thing. You can get everything you need right from there. That's about it, and the rest is available at Home Depot. If you are not interested in building one of these yourself, well, that's fine too. Stay tuned to next week. We have a special guest coming on. We're going to announce the auction for this thing. That's right, we are selling this guy off. So check that out next Thursday, same time, and yeah, we'll have hopefully a link set up by then if I can figure out the internet, and we'll get this guy auctioned off for charity. It's a children's hospital. All the information will be presented next week. Just make sure you tune in and check it out. As always, thanks for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, please feel free to give it a thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't already, so that you can check out the rest of the kit builds that we're doing. And yeah, as always, have a good one. Thanks for watching. I will see you next time.